You can stay and wait so long, but if they aren't ready and they don't see the wrong in what they are doing, they won't change. Let's talk about avoidants who are not ready to change. Broadly speaking, there are two categories of avoidance. There are those that are completely unconscious. They are blame shifters. They think that you're the problem for having too many needs and too many desires and burdening them with your emotionality. And then there are those that are starting to wake up, seeing a glimmer of the inside of their internal world and understanding that there's a disconnect between their satisfaction and what they are creating. They're starting to take ownership of their creation of life. They're starting to see that indeed they do want something that they don't have, and they have fractured and compartmentalized themselves or thrown themselves into their work or their obsession or their hobbies or their affair partner or whoever it is, right? But what they don't have is that very thing that they are deeply wanting inside. These are the avoidants that start to ask questions, that start to awaken. These are not the avoidants that I will be talking about right here. Avoidants who are not awake and who are not ready will not change. You cannot force them. You cannot buy them a course. You cannot buy them anything to educate them. You cannot send them content. You cannot send them articles. You have to respect that there is something about their ego defenses that they are locking it down. This is so important because you can actually spend decades of your life waiting for somebody that is completely unconscious and believes that you are the problem. Just for crying because you're sad. Just for asking to be touched, to be held, to be nurtured. For wanting somebody to actually share a life with you instead of sharing a homestead, tax break, and spending the remainder of their life traveling around with other people and investing all of their time, their energy, and their affections into people who aren't you. And you raising this to somebody who is an unhealed avoidant, that is going to put the blame directly on you. And so this is where self-love becomes very important, because when you love an avoidant who is unhealed, they will teach you how to love yourself. Because if you don't, you will destroy yourself. You will destroy your credibility. You will destroy your self-esteem, throwing yourself at them at the affections that are not reciprocated. You will throw your everything away. Your livelihood, your children, literally your entire life can go down this pit of despair, because if you don't recognize that you deserve what you're asking for, and if your partner is not ready, then you can't change them. All you can do is change yourself. And that's why loving an unhealed avoidant is so powerful in terms of a transformational vehicle, because if you don't change, you will suffer. But when you suffer, that's when you ask the most questions. That's when you start investing in yourself, in time, money, and energy into actually solving the problem inside of you and the scope that you can control to take ownership of your created life. You see how that's mirrored back? You see? When you start to take ownership of your creation in life and you take it away from your unhealed partner, that is when the doors of freedom open up to you.